Rangers secured their long-awaited return to Europe last week. Today they're back home for the first time since their Old Firm capitulation, hoping for an improvement against another team that embarrassed them this season. Manager Mark Warburton left Rangers a week after Tynecastle. Hearts' Ian Cathro hoped to build on what was the outstanding result of his time in charge. But with just 3 wins from the 14 games since then, his regime remains under scrutiny. We're at Ibrox Stadium in rainy Glasgow for Rangers against Hearts, live from the Ladbrokes Premiership. The Rangers have nailed third place. Hearts can still clinch the final Europa League spot, currently occupied by St Johnstone, who have a 6-point advantage over them. To snatch fourth, they need to win today and beat Saints in Perth on Wednesday. It would then be decided on the final day. Well, it's been a season of transition at both of these clubs. Summer reboot would be helped by both of these clubs by a positive end to the season. Winning today would set the tone, wouldn't it? I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Ali McCoist back at Ibrox for this one today. Before we hear from Ali, let's look at the teams. And Rangers have recalled a player who was told in the week that he is surplus to requirements. Clint Hill replaces Danny Wilson, who injured knee ligaments on Sunday. Lee Hodson is fit again and replaces teenager Miles Bierman at left back. John Terrell is back, as is the man who sparked the comeback at Partick last week, and that's Barry Mackay. Joe Dodu and Martin Waghorn are benched. 4 changes for Rangers then, 5 for Hearts. Keeper Jack Hamilton is perhaps the scapegoat for last week's defeat against Aberdeen. Victor Norring makes his debut for the club in goal. 3 alterations in midfield. Andras Struna and Leonard Soha are injured. Alex Cholas has dropped. In come Sam Nicholson, Malo Martin and Liam Smith. Top scorer Jimmy Walker is suspended. Bjorn Johnson replaces him. Ali, good to see you here as the rain is leaking through the roof here. I might as well start talking about the leaks at Ibrox. The Rangers manager has been complaining about leaks coming out of the dressing room. What does that tell you about the manager and his relationship with the players and the players here at the moment?
I think it tells you more about the players than it does the manager, David. I hated, and I still do hate, leaks coming out of the dressing room. I probably go over the top on it. I think it's a complete act of betrayal within your squad, within your team. I realise in this day and age with mobile phones and Twitter and Facebook and all that, it's probably become more difficult. But why would you, in your dressing room, want to strengthen the opposition by passing information on to them? Honestly, it used to drive me absolutely crazy, and I feel for the manager. I think the players should have a responsibility to themselves and to each other to keep some of the stuff, well, the majority of the stuff that matters in-house, and I feel for the manager.
Did it happen in your time, and how does he put a stop to it?
Well, I think to a certain degree, I don't think it happened in my time that often as a player, because we were a solid group, and we actually just trusted each other 100%. I know I had a problem with it as a manager. I was 95% sure where the leak was coming from, but the 5% prevented me from nailing who I thought the leak was. But what I did was I got the players together and told them I was aware of a leak. I did think it was an act of betrayal, and I wanted it to stop, and thankfully it did stop.
Is this problem an inevitability when players are being told they're going to go? Other players will suspect they're going. So how does he get rid of players, engineer their way towards the door, but yet not pollute the pond, if you like?
It's one of the hardest things and the problems that Pedro's got, David, because in an ideal situation, when the club went down the leagues, we spoke about it 100 times, in an ideal situation, you could have signed a squad and a year contract to get you out that division. It was never ever going to work like that, because players effectively want insurance, I get it, and they want an extension, 2 or 3 years contract, I get that. But the problem that Rangers are facing with at the moment, they had a squad which was clearly good enough to win the championship, but now is far, far short in terms of the challenge to challenge Celtic for the top league. Now, understandably and you know, correctly so, in my opinion, the manager has stated he saw that. It's obvious with the, you know, the performance, you know, particularly here against Celtic. There are some seriously amount of new faces required here at Rangers for them to challenge Celtic again. But he has got the problem of changing the squad because players are on contract. It's great, you can go and you can look at your scouting system and say, look, there's 6 or 7 or 8 players that would like to sign and they'll strengthen the team and strengthen the squad and make it stronger. But because of the strength and powers that players have now with the length of their contract, some of them don't need to move.
And on the evidence of Rangers' results, since the new manager came in, they've only won half of their games, and of course it was that 5-1 thrashing here in the Old Firm game in the last home match for Rangers. There is clearly much work to be done. In a moment we'll hear from Ian Cathro, but first let's hear from his opposite number, that man there, Pedro Caixinha with Luke.
Do you feel your message is getting through now in the way you want to play?
Totally, totally. We used to say in Portugal, if you get a good discussion, the light will come on. And on the last couple of days, and especially in the last week, we have been that discussing with the players, because definitely some misunderstandings were happening regarding to the situation and about the identity that we want to put or place on the team. And it was some misunderstanding regarding to identity and some fractions of the game which you call strategy. Strategy is just a small fraction, identity is the whole. So now the things are totally clear, and I'm just excited to wait and see what the players are going to perform today on the pitch.
Ian, how do you get back to the standards and the performance of the last time you met Rangers in that big win?
Work rate first of all, starting the game well, getting into the right positions that we want to be in, being able to be aggressive, and showing the attitude from the first moment into the second moment and so on, that we believe that we can do that and that we're capable of it.
They better get used to doing it away from home, because the Hearts fans had better get used to travelling. The club won't play at Tynecastle until their new main stand is built. That's scheduled for September. They need to win on this away day to have a hope of getting to Europe. The Ibrox action gets underway next. Sky Sports offers you 2 live games during the final week of the Ladbrokes Premiership season. Can Celtic finish the league season undefeated? On Thursday, they make the short trip to Partick Thistle and then they face Hearts. After that, the final game, the champions will be presented with the trophy. And we'll have all the angles covered on Sky Sports 2 next Sunday. We focus on Hearts and Rangers today. Ali McCoist joins me in the studio. We've spoken about Rangers. What do you make of the situation at Hearts just now? They can reach Europe if they win the last 2, perhaps 3 of their final games. But how would you summarise their season?
I think Hearts, I'm a massive fan, David, of Anne Budge and what she's achieved at Hearts. I mean, it's remarkable, and it really is a great story. That said, if you're going to be kind about Hearts right now, they've stood still. The fact of the matter is that they've actually went back the way. You could argue, you know, that they probably possibly overachieved a little bit when Anne Budge came in straight away. But that said, they've gone back the way this season. I think the manager has been extremely unlucky with a couple of injuries to key players. I think Souttar, in particular, Patterson, you know, also, you know, breaking into the Scotland squad, but a number of goals he scored from set plays, massively important. But the way I look at it now, I don't think Hearts will qualify for Europe, I have to say. It's a massive summer for both these clubs in terms of reshaping their squads, getting a few better quality players in. And as I say, it's probably an important summer for these 2 clubs than it has been in a long, long time.
Well, Hearts haven't beaten Rangers 3 times in a season since 1986, the year they came within minutes of clinching the title. They can do that today if they win a 3rd one. More from Ali later. Now the action described by Andy Walker and Ian Crocker.
David, Kenny Miller's daughter is one of the mascots today for Rangers' first home game since they were humbled and humiliated by Celtic. They owe their fans a big performance. Hearts have already beaten Rangers twice this season, though, including a 4-1 thrashing at Tynecastle in February when these 2 last met. It's been a season that really both these clubs will be quite glad to see the back of, you suspect. They both changed managers during the course of the season, and neither are particularly where they want to be. Rangers third in the table, 9 points behind Aberdeen, 9 points ahead of St Johnstone, most tellingly 39 points off Celtic. They were expecting a gap, but not one of that size. 3 games to go, and all these two teams can hope for is to go out on a high to sign off in style. Let's have a look at today's teams, and Rangers make 4 changes from the Partick Thistle game. Barry Mackay, who came on and scored at Firhill, is in from the off. Clint Hill replaces the injured Danny Wilson. Lee Hodson and John Terrell also come in. Martin Waghorn, Miles Bierman and Joe Dodu drop to the bench. Jason Holt faces his former club, Kenny Miller, has figured in all but one league game this season. Hearts make 5 changes from the Aberdeen defeat. There's a debut for Swedish keeper Victor Norring, who had a brief spell at Celtic a few years ago. Mallory Martin makes his first start since February. Sam Nicholson, Liam Smith and Bjorn Jonsson also come in. Out go Hamilton, Struner, Sowa, Giolis and suspended top scorer Jamie Walker. Jamie Barjonas came on for his Rangers debut last week. He's one of 3 18-year-olds on their bench. Hearts teenage subs Jamie Brandon and Rory Curry were in the Rangers youth system until last year. So Rangers return home for the first time since that demolition derby against Celtic. They owe their fans one, but Hearts have beaten them twice this season. Kick-off is next at Ibrox.
Not a single moment goes by when I cannot immerse myself entirely in sport. I can shout and scream in 100 different stadiums, all at the same time. I am a member of the world's favourite online sports betting company, and I gamble responsibly at Bet365.
Kenny Miller, at the age of 37, has often been Rangers' inspiration this season. No wonder that he scooped their Player of the Year awards. Victor Norrie makes his Hearts debut. It's his first game for a year. He spent half a season at Celtic in 2013, but was third choice, never played. Hearts are ready to get us going at Ibrox. Only Motherwell have been in worse recent form than Hearts. The season has been teetering out for a while, but they will want to go out on a high in their final 3 games, and Rangers will certainly want to, Andy.
Yeah, I think so. I think both managers are under a great deal of scrutiny. There's no question, there's plenty of scope for improvement, there's plenty of demand for improvement. I think the players have to show that they can handle the pressure of playing for these clubs.
Tavernier with a big lead, helped on by Windass to Joe Garner, who scored that late winner at Partick Thistle. And Rangers came from behind to guarantee a Europa League qualifier, but of course that will be at the end of June, so not much of a summer holiday ahead for Rangers. Just the 2 weeks off. Liam Smith will take this throw, playing as a left wing back. Jason Holt, facing his former club, gets involved, and John Terrell tidies up. Fondering and aiming that towards Barry Mackay. Almost gave Lee Hodson a problem. Hodson, who's missed the last couple of games with an ankle injury, replacing Miles Bierman at left back. Lee Wallace, former Hearts player, still sideline.
Really good first touch there from Barry Mackay. Someone who lost his way a little after a promising start to the season. I think he peaked against Celtic and the game in Hogmanay. First full season, of course, in the top flight.
First game for 6 weeks for Lee Hodson. Aim towards Garner. It's won by Novak. Tavernier. Pressure here. But dealt with it admirably and moved away from Sam Nicholson. Johnson. Saw off Jason Holt. Hodgson first to that, helped on by Holt. He was then called by Martin. Will be Madden the referee, quick to blow his whistle.
Yeah, 50-50. Both Holt and Martin on the stretch here. It's a loose ball. Gets to it first, Holt, and just caught ever so slightly.
Rangers beat Hearts 2-0 here in December, but lost on both visits to Tynecastle. 2-0 and 4-1. Terrell for Hill. Windass, Holt. Windass over towards Garner. Drops kindly here for Tavernier, ready to deliver. It bounced back off Joe Garner from Hughes' clearance.
Well, this could have gone into the back of the net. Hughes just has to meet this first time. Just the way it comes off Garner's body. It could have gone anywhere. It's a really good ball from Tavernier. Tavernier always strikes me as the type of player who'd be more suited in midfield. He's playing as a right back, but so often caught out of position.
Caffro 5 months into the job, he's only won 6 of 23 games. Mackay. Here's Arnaud Djoum. Martin takes over. Liam Smith. Johnson. Dispatched by Tavernier. Since they thrashed Rangers 4-1 on the first day of February, Hearts have only won 3 games since. Another throw for Liam Smith, one of their talented young players. Sam Nicholson. Hughes. Novak has made a run down the right. Martin with the cross. Windass. Now Holt. Will it open up here for Rangers? Tavernier onto it. Kenny Miller to his right. Garner through the middle. Miller didn't hang around. It's delightful for Joe Garner. He's hurt himself in the process, but he's hurt Hearts as well. A ruthless swoop on goal from Rangers, and they have an early lead.
It's a brilliant goal. Comes from their own half. The football's really good. They move it out wide, and Tavernier's the one who drives on, takes everyone into the last third. Look at the quality of the cross from Kenny Miller. Garner meets it first time. It's a type of service he's not had too often this season. Had a good ball into the box last week at Partick Thistle, and he scored. And this is what he can do with the quality of the wide ball coming in. Meets it first time. He finds the angle, gets it away from Noring, in off the post. It's a brilliant goal.
A proper header that. A 10th Rangers goal for Joe Garner. A wonderful cross from Kenny Miller, allowing Joe Garner to carry on from where he left off at Partick Thistle last week. sent back for Hearts, who haven't scored an away goal since their Scottish Cup replay against Hibs in February. Joe Garner off receiving treatment at the moment, but he certainly made his presence felt in the opening exchanges at Ibrox.
I think it was a bang on the shoulder that he got in the act of scoring that goal. Wycon and Dodo out for a warm-up, but I'm sure Garner will be okay. He'll be very keen just to keep building on this scoring run he's on at the moment.
Miller, Windass, and Barry Mackay was waiting for the pass, but it got blocked en route. Joe Garner is waiting for the signal to return. Martin over the head of Gonçalves. Garner is back. Hughes for Smith. Gonçalves. Barry Mackay having a run here at Christian Novak. It's a perfect pass here for Windass. Garner waiting for a cross, but it was comfortably cleared by Boivin.
I think Rangers are a different team when Barry Mackay is in top form. I mean, from middle to front here, the weight of the pass is terrific. He needs someone to take that chance and go beyond the strikers. Windass happy to do that. Just the end product there was lacking.
Kashina has been talking to his medical staff about Joe Garner, so they'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, injured. Had that same injury earlier in the season, didn't he? Came off against Celtic, I think.
Toral, now Clint Hill. Toral. Bumped by Gonçalves. Here's David Bates. Tavernier close by. Windass for Miller. Miller heartily involved again, but he's given that one away to Boivin. June unaware of Windass's presence, and Jason Holt has fended him off. Kenny Miller inside his own half. June bounces though. Kenny Miller on defensive duty. Cowie now for Novak. Jason Holt was in his way, but there's no way out for Barry Mackay. One back by Martin. Rangers have scored first 17 times before in the Scottish Premiership this season, and only lost one of those games to Celtic here. Joom. It's Jonsson. Cowie! Decent stop from Fotheringham.
Yes, on target. And Fotheringham had to look lively. There's a lot of power in this shot. Joom driving forward. Jonsson with the layoff. Just takes it first time, Cowie. It's a decent save, turning it round. There's a lot of power in that shot. Well saved from Fotheringham.
on Cowie's corner. Windass made contact, but here's Prince Boaben. Sends it sailing back towards Cowie. Throw for Rangers.
Well, you need to see a reaction now from Hearts. They're a goal behind. The recent record is pretty poor. Rangers look as though they've started really well. They're on the front foot. They're playing a lot of good football. Hearts have to show a bit of character here.
On by Garner. Sliced by Novak. Rescued by Hughes. Mackay. Little ball for Tavernier. This time his delivery is not up to the required standard.
Yeah, both Miller and Garner had gone to the front post. Not enough bodies in there for Tavernier.
Sent back with interest by Clint Hill. Cowie. Okay for Johnson. Hearts' final 3 games of the season all away, so that work can start on their main stand. Novak joining the throng of players here. Martin to whip it in. Gonçalves steered it wide.
Yeah, it's not a bad ball. Sometimes you can help these on into the back post, but Gonçalves wanted to go for goal himself.
He has scored 3 in his last 4 games. Terral for Hill. Lifted by Hearts debutant keeper Victor Norling. Lim Smith. Boaben.
Unfamiliar to see Boaben in the back 4 for Hearts this afternoon, but he can use the ball. He's got a decent range of passing.
Hearts with just 1 win in their last 7 games.
You can see they've enjoyed a bit more of the ball, Hearts, but it's what you do with it. I think when Rangers have had it, they look far more lively, far more inventive in the last third.
Smith now for Martin. Perfect pass for Joom. Clint Hill will surely receive a yellow card for that.
Yeah, you can't complain. Clint Hill is a brilliant ball from Martin. Joom takes up a lovely position and he's driving forward. I think he knows exactly what he's doing there, Clint Hill. And this is really promising for Hearts. Pretty central. Wonder whether they might fancy a pocket goal here.
Now Martin looks like he might have a go here. Hearts run away and Martin unable to find the target.
I think it's a decent chance. Someone who's in better form. Martin certainly gets it up and over the wall, but far too high, doesn't trouble foddering him at all.
Miller, Tavernier, those two linking up again. Plenty of options available here for Rangers. It's back to Miller. Now Windass. Novak's clearance. Didn't go far. Joe Garner brings a great save out of Norling.
Yeah, we're seeing some quality defending from Hearts here. Miller's one-touch stuff into Windass, who again finds himself so far forward. But that clearance there, almost coming off Martin from Novak, putting his team in trouble.
There is Novak. Bates for sticking close to Gonçalves. Also looking to get his shot away here. It's diverted for a corner.
Well, just the sheer amount of bodies that get in the way. Once Nicholson picks this ball up here at the edge of the box, always coming onto his right side, and then both Hill and Bates driving out towards him to close down the angle for the shot. They did well there to get the block in.
Cowie's corner. Johnson. Kenny Miller cleared it. Nicholson. Blocked by Garner. I think he felt that one.
I think Hearts did well there with the block. It just allowed Johnson to get a bit of space at the back post without balling.
Novak. Johnson an obvious target here, although it's lower than he would have liked. Smith. Away by Toral. Windass. Toral. Mackay. Garner won it. It's Windass. He was hoping for a pullback there.
Yeah, but he did well there, Garner. Just making sure that he wins this crossfield pass from Mackay. He's trying to find Windass. I'm impressed by the timing of his runs into the box, going beyond the last striker. Looking really lively, Windass.
Started the last three. Certainly had an eye for goal at Accrington Stanley last season. Scored 17 times, but he'd only got one for Rangers. And that was right back at the start of the season in the League Cup. Novak. Bates aware of Cowie. Juma. Martin. Guaban. Gonçalves. Gonçalves wriggling his way through. Not much of a claim from Hearts there as he went to ground.
I'd certainly claim for it.
Jason Holt.
Don't think any of his teammates were claiming for it. I think that's the important thing.
Mackay. Novak takes over. Bates. Miller. Tavernier. Holt. Toral caught in possession by June. Gonçalves takes over. Johnson to his left. Gonçalves always looks like he's going in alone though. And a late lunge by Gonçalves. And Toral.
Well, he might be 38, Clint Hill, but his defending is still top class. Gonçalves here, incurring the wrath of the Rangers fans. They're looking for him to be booked for that lunge on Toral. Toral taking the ball away here. Gonçalves coming in. He catches him after he takes the ball away. There's not a great deal in that. But earlier there was a penalty claim. Gonçalves in, driving into the box, and then Hill comes in. I think he gets a touch of the ball there. Just surprised Gonçalves' teammates didn't make more of a claim for that. Sometimes it does put a bit of pressure on the referee for the next time.
Garner won it again. Screened by Hughes. Holt. Sam Nicholson happy to take on Tavernier. Tavernier doesn't mind either. Bates leaving it for Foderingham to clear. Free kick is given against Joe Garner as he went up with Christian Novak.
Yeah, both of them eyes focused on the ball. Don't see much wrong with that, in all honesty.
Martin.
Yeah, Hodgson got the shout there for Foderingham. Good goalkeeping.
Rangers a goal to the good, and it was a good goal. Kenny Miller's cross, Joe Garner's header. Tavernier. Hughes stepped in for Hearts. Cowie. Lauren Hughes, same age as Kenny Miller now, but neither of them the oldest player out there, of course, with Clint Hill playing. Johnson.
I think they've still got a lot to offer, Ian, when you see Clint Hill 38, Alan Hughes 37. Both of these defenders still got a lot of quality, a lot to offer. Sometimes a really good influence in the dressing room.
Yes, top pros. Terrell. Blaben for Joom. Johnson.
It's a great ball that really gets Hearts on the front foot.
Nicholson. Joom. Tested by Holt. Hung in there. Cowie over there as well. Martin gives it back to his captain. Neither here nor there from Don Cowie though that time.
Yeah, that's a pity. Hearts had a lot of bodies forward. Cowie's given it away. He's been slightly impatient. Well, the opening goal was absolute quality. Flying through the air there, Garner. Absolutely no chance for Norring. In off the post, but it's a wonderful cross, and no wonder the manager's happy with that breakthrough goal so early.
Windass looking to sneak in here. Now surely a red card is coming here for Blaben. Bobby Madden left with a little choice. And Hearts a goal down and a man down.
You're dead right, Ian. He's just left with no choice. If he doesn't foul, Windass is in for a goal-scoring opportunity. He has to follow the laws of the game here. Garner yet again wins the header, and actually it's a problem for Prince Blaben. He didn't drop off enough. He didn't think Garner was going to win it. He has to give himself a bit more insurance than that, and he brings Windass down there. The referee just applies the laws of the game. Hearts down to 10 men, and Rangers get the chance here with a free kick.
Not turning into the best of days for Ian Cathro. And Rangers looking to double the punishment here from this free kick. Terrell, Tavernier and Mackay there. Mackay for Tavernier. Drilled wide, but it was diverted. Corner.
I like Ian, it's a bit of imagination. Normally you expect just a pop-it goal, but Tavernier makes the run. More importantly, Miller tries to take Smith away, creating that space for Tavernier to have a shot at goal. That's well worked.
Rangers are enjoying themselves here. Hearts down to 10 men. Hoping to avoid conceding a second here. Terrell's corner. Over the head of Tavernier though, and Bates.
I think when you put someone like Prince Boivin in the back four, it's not his natural position. He didn't give himself enough insurance, he didn't drop off enough. And Garner has been winning everything in the air in these early stages. It's absolutely the right call from the referee, Bobby Madden, to produce a red card.
Here's Jason Holt. Hodgson. Bates. Terrell.
Right now, Ian, we've seen Don Cowie going to right back. Novak slipped in one alongside Hughes. Just trying to regroup. I wonder, you see Aaron Hughes and Ian Cathro chatting in the technical area, might just be making a change.
Martin, shadowed by Windass, saw him off. But not Tavernier, although a free kick has been given. And Bobby Madden wants a word with James Tavernier.
Well, I think these might become more important, these set plays for Hearts, to allow them to get forward. That quality into the box, and who knows, they could get back into the game here despite being a man down.
Some big boys to aim for with Jonsson and Novak and Gonçalves. Martin, Novak round the back, and the flag was up for offside.
Novak can't quite believe he's been called offside there. A really good ball to the back post. As it's played in, well, he's onside. He's pretty level. That was harsh. Almost led to a freakish goal, freakish equaliser.
Terrell. Holt. Hodgson now for Barry Mackay. It's found a way through to guess who? It's Kenny Miller! One step too far, perhaps.
Yeah, I think he should have pulled the trigger earlier. As you see, one extra touch, and the chance was gone.
Would have been some goal for Kenny Miller if it had come about.
Well, Miller's first touch here, he could have gone in the outside, but when he came inside, just felt as though he wanted to get a clean shot. Took one extra touch too many.
Clint Hill. Miller. Hodgson.
It's like 4-1-3-1. Hearts have gone to at the moment. Martin just sitting in front of that back four. Jonsson now, just that lone striker, and Salves trying to get in support behind them.
Holt towards Garner. Tavernier. Tavernier up against Nicholson. Goal kick.
Well, it's a big call for Bobby Madden to produce a red card. I think in the end, under the current laws, it's an easy one to make.
Hill now for Terrell. Hodgson. Mackay. Happy to take on Cowie.
And I think he's unfamiliar in that role as well, Don Cowie, captain today, but shifted to right back for the moment.
Hill. David Bates for John Terrell. Miller. Garner. Tad ambitious from there, Joe Garner.
Now here's the red card again when you see the long ball, and look how well Garner does. But he really should be reading that a lot better, Glavin. Should be giving himself more insurance. Windass isn't going to hurt you if he's in front of you. He lets him get in behind, and he's forced into the foul. Bobby Madden has no option there.
Hodgson. Hill. Hearts are going to make a change, which will see the arrival of one of their Greek players, Alexandros Ziolis. Goring did rescue it, but it's a Rangers throw.
Now, Austin McPhee and Ian Cathro just having a little chat before they make the change.
Terrell. Needs must, as they will see it, although he's waiting for a while. Ziolis made his debut against Rangers when Hearts beat them 4-1 in February, came on as a sub and is about to do the same again here. Although not just yet.
Well, he did hand them a bit of a note there, Austin McPhee to Ian Cathro. Wonder whether they might have changed their mind.
Yes, John Daly, as per usual, sat next to Craig Levein, and quite often notes are handed down to Ian Cathro.
I think it would help Ian Cathro if he was even seen to be decisive on his own, making his own decisions. This idea that you're making decisions by committee, fans just don't buy into it as much as the Hearts management team think it's the way to go.
Novak now for Cowie. Tripped by Mackay. Midweek matches in the Scottish Premiership. And on Thursday night, you can see another Glasgow derby. Partick Thistle, who've had an excellent season, host Celtic, 7:30, Sky Sports 5, Thursday. 10 minutes to half-time here in the pouring Glasgow rain. Hearts are down to 10 men. Prince Boabin sent off. Joe Garner's goal, the difference.
Well, Ziolis has got his tracksuit back on out for a warm-up.
Jason Holt. Tavernier. Windass, who's been a fairly prominent performer so far.
Well, as you would expect, it's turned round in terms of possession. Rangers dominant now with the extra man. They can afford to be really patient, tire out their opponents, and wait for that vital moment to get it forward.
Windass looking for Kenny Miller, right idea. Koscielny, 2 months into the job, and he lost 2 of his 8 games in charge, both to Celtic. It's going to be an interesting summer of recruitment ahead for the new manager. On by Jonsson, then by Nicholson. Here's June. Salvers is offside. The assistant referee had a little think about that one before putting his flag up. Jason Holt, who left Hearts for Rangers a couple of years ago. Barry Mackay takes over. Switching it towards Miller, won't reach him though. Toral. Holt. Toral. Garner. Tavernier. Windass. Garner trying to feed on the scraps.
Well, the misunderstanding there with Hearts back four. Cowie had gone in back deep. His partners had all ran out.
Novak. Tom Cowie moving forward and receiving it now. Cowie able to cross it, but Clint Hill is on hand.
Great run from Cowie. Been playing as a right back, unfamiliar role for him. But that was a 50, 60 yard sprint just to get into that area. Look at him getting up the right hand side here. Beautiful long pass. And I think he's waiting for his teammates to get up and support.
Gonsalves gets the corner of Hodgson. Some hope for Hearts here. Novak, who scored when Hearts beat Rangers in February. That's his only goal for them so far. Cowie takes Jonsson. Gonsalves unable to steer it in. It's clutched by Wes Foderingham. Will he find Barry Mackay here? He will. Mackay held up by Hughes. Corner.
Excellent distribution from Foderingham. Similar to last week against Partick Thistle. He kicked a long pass to Barry Mackay and actually got a goal from it. Almost gets in behind here. Hughes does really well. And just the conditions mean that Noring takes the ball behind, gives the corner away.
Mackay's corner. Bates almost scored, tried to follow up. Miller. Tavernier. Windass.
Yeah, what a moment that might have been for David Bates. Debut goal for Rangers, really great run to the front post, trying to find the angle. Glanced header, gets up well here, no one near him. Noring just pushes it out to safety.
Nice try from David Bates, but Noring equal to it. And Bates has started 6 of the last 7 games, and look what happened when he didn't start against Celtic here. Tavernier. Hodgson. Holt. Back to Clint Hill. David Bates, who impressed against Rangers last season, playing for Wraith Rovers. Helped on by Miller. Barry Mackay. Miller. And a free kick as he's taken out by Jew.
Kenny Miller's just so lively to get onto this loose ball at the edge of the box. And a body check there from Arnaud Djoum. Again, very promising for Rangers. Very central, similar to what Hearts had before. You expect Tavernier or Toral to have a pop here.
Windass plays the ball, but a few options available for Rangers. And a chance to double their lead.
Difficult for the goalkeeper, it's so central. Where do you stand? Where do you put your wall?
It is left for Windass, and it came off that wall for a corner.
Yeah, the ball does its job. Windass can't get enough height on the initial contact. Certainly going for that far post.
Dr. having a close look at Garner and June. Kai goes long, and Hill, Rose, scrambled away by Noring. Another Rangers corner.
Brilliant save. I think he does really well here, Victor Noring.
Windass now with a cross. Kenny Miller. Offside against Terrell.
Well, Clint Hill almost got a second there from that earlier corner. Really good ball into the back post. Hill was up really well, but look at Noring. He can't come and take it. I think it actually comes off the head of Novak. And then there's a bit of a scramble. That's eventually get it away. But once it comes off the post, Noring does really well. Well, potential goal, pretty even.
Johnson. Took a long way around. David Bates able to clear it. Miller. Final minute of the 45, although I think there might be one more added on. Tavernier. Holt. Hodgson. Cowie stopped it reaching Mackay. Martin.
Well, when you're put under pressure like that, there's not a great deal for Martin to hit.
60 seconds of stoppage time then at the end of this first half. Hearts with 10 men, still in with a shout. It's certainly not going to be easy, a man down. So Rangers yet to score a second, so that will provide some encouragement for Hearts. Terrell. Holt. Hodgson has Mackay ahead. Joseph Holt unable to keep Gonçalves quiet. David Bates has time to sort things out though. It is half-time. Joe Garner headed home after Kenny Miller sent over an invitation to score. And then Josh Windass was taken out by Prince Boisben, who was sent off. But Rangers' lead remains a slender one. It's Rangers 1, Hearts 0.
Welcome back to Ibrox, where Rangers lead Hearts by 1-0. But in terms of chances, pretty even. 9 attempts for Rangers, 8 for Hearts, and both have had 3 attempts on target. Possession just favours the home side. And Alan McCoist joins me here at his old stomping ground. Who's impressed you most in this first half?
I think it's been a good game, David. I've really enjoyed it. I think Rangers come out the traps well, scored a great goal, I've got to say. I think you'll struggle to see a better team goal all day. But Hearts haven't been without their chances. I think the sending off clearly, will affect them. Rangers have had more possession since that's happened. But there's been some good individual performances. I think Clint Hill, once again, has been terrific for Rangers. But you know, the much maligned De Garner has impressed me today. He's concentrated totally on playing football. Scored a fantastic goal, but his general play, I mean, that's a wonderful goal. This touch here for Tavernier sets the whole thing up. Great ball, just deliver it. And what Garner has done well today, I mean, that is an absolutely first-class goal. But he pulls away from the centre-backs. And he's done it very well in the first half. When Mackay's had the ball on the left-hand side, he's drifted into the left-hand side of the Hearts defence. It's an excellent goal, very, very brave. And it's the one thing, or one of the things that I've noticed about Rangers, certainly in recent weeks, they're happy putting crosses into the box, a lot happier than they have been. And I think if you're a centre-forward, particularly somebody that plays the game centre-forward the way that Garner does, then you need and you thrive on crosses into the box. He's played very well first half, and that was a fabulous goal.
We highlighted the distance there between Prince Bobbin, the centre-back, and Joe Garner. What went wrong for Bobbin at the red card? What did he do wrong here?
He's too tight. Andy and Cole Collins was absolutely spot on. The worst thing that should happen is he should give himself another yard, drop another yard, and that Windass can take it in, and he's positioned himself between the player and the goal. He gets caught too tight. Referee, easy decision. His right arm goes up and it's a straight red card, and it's the correct decision with the loss of the game nowadays. When the ball comes up, I think it's Garner again who wins a terrific header. If Bobbin just takes a yard back, he can see the whole thing, but he's too tight to Windass, who is very, very sharp in the turn, and he earns the red card.
Hearts did have chances before that red card. Should they get back into the game?
Well, that's a good effort from Cowie, the right-hand side. It's a comfortable save, I've got to say. Free kick goes over here. You know, you'd expect your goalkeeper to be saving these. This is a great chance. Lovely bit of skill from Nicholson. Drops his shoulder again. And I think it's a good block from either Holt or Bates in the end. Again, this was a chance at the back post. Good defending again, and Garner, as I say, who's been one of the stars of the first half, back helping his defence, and he blocks the shot. But as I said, Rangers have had just about the majority of possession, but Hearts are still in the game, and they have got the physicality of Jonsson and Gongalves, but at the same time, they do like to play into their feet, the front boys. So, looking forward to the second half.
Yes, and it is tight going into the second half. It was one goal separates the side. Joey Garner getting his 10th goal for the club. Just like last week, a Kenny Miller cross, a Garner header, and of course, Hearts are up against it after that red card there. But you never know. Ian Catherine into the result. The second half is next. There's plenty of live sport this weekend on Sky Sports. Big name tennis action follows us here on Sky Sports 2:30. Nadal against Djokovic in the semi-final of the Madrid Open. There's live European Champions Cup rugby from Edinburgh. It's a final. Claremont against Saracens is at 4 over on 3. There's live Premier League action at 5 o'clock. Stoke take on Arsenal on Sky Sports 1. And right about the same time, 5:15 over on Sky Sports 2, it's Fulham against Reading in the EFL Championship playoff semi-final. It's the first leg, that one. And there's golf as well from 7 o'clock, day 3 of the Players' Championship, which is on Sky Sports, The Players. Here in Glasgow, the legend is here. John Greig, Rangers European Cup winners, cup-winning captain, is in the building. Of course, now honorary life president. And the man who is manager is responsible for the signing from Sunderland of Ali McCoist. And he's regretted it ever since.
Ah, he's some man. Great to see him there. The old gaffer. Rightly, Rangers' greatest ever player. What a man. Great to see him there.
What do you make of this change from Hearts? And are you surprised it took them so long since the red card?
Yeah, probably. But to be fair to Ian Cath, I think he wanted to get to half-time, the scoreline the same, and make his change then. But the longer it stays at 1-0, Hearts will obviously still be in the game. I think, David, the key player for me this second half would be, and assuming Rangers haven't made any changes, would certainly be Barry Mackay. With the Hearts space been limited, obviously, with the sending off from Bobbin. If Rangers can get the ball to Barry Mackay, he has to be more direct, and he could be a serious player for the second half.
And then for the second half, with Rangers in front, but only a little lead of just 1-0. Let's rejoin our commentators. It's Andy and Ian.
Well, nearly 7 hours have passed since Hearts scored an away goal. They need to do that to salvage something today at Ibrox, and with 10 men as well. Rangers 2 wins in their last 13 matches. Rangers looking to add to their only goal scored in some style by Joe Garner, with the assistance of Tavernier and Miller. So Alexandros Giolis, who looked like he was going to come on in the first half, has finally made it in place of Mallory Martin. Garner leaping brilliantly, and he is, as Tony McCoy said, having a decent game. Kenny Miller will latch onto this. Quickly releasing Barry Mackay. Garner to his left, Windass to his right. A team effort in the end from Mackay.
Yeah, he can do better. It's a difficult skill when you're driving forward with the ball, trying to generate a bit of power. He finds himself in a really good position. Very happy to come inside and have a pop at goal. That's a bit weak from him. He can do better than that.
Barry Mackay came on to equalise for Pedro Caixinha at Partick Thistle last week. And that sparked the comeback. Joe Garner's late winner. Here's Liam Smith. Comfortable for Foderingham.
Now Haas are going to a back three with Novak, Giolis and Hughes. There are three central defenders, Smith on the right, Nicholson on the left, trying to help themselves get forward a bit easier.
It's a foul by Tavernier on June.
I think Bobby Madden, the referee, is just taking into account the conditions. You can see here the splash of water as people go to ground and make challenges. He's done well so far.
Yes, it's been raining heavily in Glasgow all day so far. Lee Hodson. Rangers home to Aberdeen in midweek, and then they finish their season at St Johnstone. Miller. Cowie. So Nicholson running into Windass.
Oh, he's lucky there. I know he's playing as a left wing back here, Nicholson, but lucky to get away with that. Can't afford to give the ball away there.
Tavernier. Windass. Bates now for Clint Hill. Another assured showing from him. Jason Holt. Kenny Miller. Miller looking to link up with Garner. Nearly, but not quite. Holt. Windass. Cowie intervening. Bates quickly upon Gonçalves though. Overrushed by Terrell.
Well, Pedro Caixinha doesn't seem happy. He's asked Joe Dodu to get his gear off very early into the second half, but he's been animated. Not happy with the level of performance at the start of the second half.
Well, he started the last two games, his first starts since November, and he's going to get most of the second half here, Joe Dodu. Hearts are back in Glasgow next weekend, when they go to the champions Celtic. Hodson. Barry Mackay. Windass. Corner.
He's making some really good runs, Windass. The timing of it, I think, is the key for Barry Mackay as he cuts in the right, has a look up, sees the run of Windass and plays the pass. Really difficult to defend.
Clint Hill already has 6 Rangers goals. Showing interest here as everyone waits for the corner from Mackay. Good touch from Bates. Windass left it. Josh Windass might be the one to be replaced here. Johnson has rode the challenge from Holt. He's got Gonsalves. Square. He's found him. And Hearts have got their equaliser. On a classic counter-attack. The 10 men are level at Ibrox.
Well, the important thing here is the challenge between Johnson and Holt. Holt has got to win it. Rangers are on the attack. And all of a sudden they break. Look at Johnson. This ball here, Holt has got to win it. He's a bit weak, and then all of a sudden it's a 2v1. Johnson makes the perfect decision, the perfect weight of the pass, the perfect timing of it, and it allows Gonsalves the one-touch finish. It's a brilliant counter-attack from Hearts, who've set themselves up really well, despite being down to 10 men.
Another goal for Ismail Gonsalves, and Rangers have taken off Josh Windass and replaced him with Joe Dodu. Dodu looking to make an immediate impression here.
Just a bit surprised that Windass going off. Thought he'd been playing well, thought he looked lively, thought he gave Rangers a different option going beyond the main striker at times, giving Hearts a different problem.
Mackay. Tavernier. Mooring could have caught that quite easily and has given himself an issue now. Mackay! Drilled home by Barry Mackay. Rangers restore their lead, but a horror moment for the keeper of Hearts on his debut.
Poor decision-making from Victor Norring. As you said, Ian, he should just take this ball comfortably. Tavernier finds himself wide right. Now look at the ease with which the goalkeeper should take this. Why he tries to punch it up in the air, and then he's really weak when Garner challenges him. Credit to Mackay, of course, for the finish, but look at that. That's one mistake. There's another mistake. He shouldn't be trying to take that cleanly for the second time. If he's got that up there, punch it away now. You're in amongst the bodies, but yet another poor decision and a brilliant finish from Mackay.
Victor Norring, embarrassed on his debut. It looked so much easier to catch that.
Well, I saw Ian Cathro saying to the 4th official that he was looking for a foul.
We've had 2 goals in 90 seconds. Kashinia is back in front again.
Well, Hearts just had to just keep it 1-1 for a while, let them breathe into the game, try and frustrate the home supporters.
Yes, a perfect response from Rangers, but certainly with the help of Victor Norring.
Yeah, he's actually been unconvincing in recent weeks. Jack Hamilton, I think that's why he's out of the side this afternoon. Norring wanted to come in, take his chance, show that he could make saves, command his area. That was a poor decision he's made there and let his team down.
Hill. Holt. Dodu. Dodu looking at Barry Mackay on the other side. Norring preferred to Jack Hamilton today. Wonder what he's thinking. Rangers the lead. Although it's a tidy finish by Barry Mackay. Well, they were only level for 90 seconds.
I think the change they made at half-time looked as though it was working. They were quite happy to absorb a bit of pressure, try and hit Rangers on the break, and they did exactly that. Got themselves back on level terms. They just couldn't keep a hold of it.
Hodgson. Holt. Miller. Mackay. Purposeful. It's John Terrell. Free kick now for Hearts, who need to reply again.
Well, Rangers need that. Once they're moving the ball left and right, eventually you need someone to go and commit a defender. Barry Mackay did it there, trying to set up Terrell for a top-it goal.
That's one way to deal with it from Tavernier. Hughes. Giolis. Sam Nicholson. Johnson. Happy to accept a throw. Sam Nicholson will take it. Eventually. Nicholson. June. Don Cowie. Here's Novak. Cowie. Nicholson in there, but it's cleared by Bates. Here's June though. Arnaud June. Unconvincing.
Again, he gets away from Holt too easily. Holt should do better. He just stand there. When this ball comes out, gets a shot away, nowhere near the target, but he was allowed to cut inside from Holt.
June. They won the African Nations Cup this year with Cameroon. Don Cowie rushing towards Clint Hill, forcing the error.
That's good play. I mean, that's just pressing the man in possession. He gets rid of it quickly. It's a poor ball, and that's win possession.
Hearts have been short of goals lately, only 5 in their last 9. They managed one today, but then wasted. Hearts are breaking here though. Smith, Gonsalves, and Smith trying to steer that in. It was a good effort from him.
Really unlucky. Excellent move from Hearts as they win the ball. Get it into this last third. Hodgson's out of position. I think Gonsalves stands that up well. Ideally, you'd be looking for Nicholson to go and attack it when he's running forward. He's almost running backwards there, just to try and get onto it, Smith.
Ignoring Bates, going direct towards Ghana. It's again a terrific leap. Terrell, Miller. Cowie skirted the challenge from Terrell. Gonçalves took it away from Bates. Really good work here from Isma Gonçalves. Now Arnaud Djoum. And it needed Clint Hill to step in for Rangers.
Well, Hearts are showing how to play when you're down to 10 men. 3 at the back, getting men forward, good passing. He'd 4 options in front of him there.
Djoum. And again. Some room to manoeuvre here for Bjorn Jonsson. Straight at Fotheringham, and that was a big opening.
Promising build-up, poor end product. Shapes to shoot with his right, cuts into the left, and it's a weak effort.
After having a go, Cowie, Gonçalves up against Hill. Cowie, Nicholson. Rangers dig in. Jenny Miller. Mackay moved away from Hughes. First time but not second time, but he was clipped by Nicholson.
Well, it's given the Rangers players a bit of a breather. Hearts were swarming all over them there for the last 5 minutes or so. These players are working well for him, showing a lot of energy and showing that he can really influence a game with 10 men, albeit up against a very lightweight Rangers midfield.
Jason Holt, Terrell, Hobson and Dodo over there. Dodo. Dodo giving Liam Smith a bit of a run around. Now Jason Holt. Miller. It will be a corner for Rangers. Mackay and Miller going over there.
Rangers no rush here. You've got to see the Hearts actually scored when Rangers were on the attack just a few minutes ago. They can break quickly to win possession here.
Mackay delivers. Evaded Clint Hill. Giolis confronted by Toral. Goal kick now. At least Hearts have finally managed an away goal for the first time since February, but they have work to do again, having fallen behind so quickly up. No surprise that he should score it, although teed up perfectly for him by Jonsson. Smith. Away by Bates. Jonsson. A flick from Djoum. Smith's cross. Tavernier met it. Jonsson didn't connect as he would have wished.
Very ambitious to take it on the volley there. He's hung out outside the box, Jonsson. Normally you expect to see him inside the business area of the pitch. That would have been spectacular had it even hit the target.
Tavernier took a chance there. Now Djoum. Fotheringham has battled out Tavernier.
This is what Tavernier gives you. He gives you a mistake far too often. He's under pressure here, takes an extra touch, all of a sudden Hearts are on the attack. Unlucky not to get another equaliser.
Holt, Miller. Terrell.
Well, you wouldn't expect the attempts at goal to be pretty level. Rangers with an extra man. Hearts actually having more on target. By no means out of this yet.
Rangers are going to bring on young Jamie Barjonas shortly, as they did last week. He made his debut. Saw 20 minutes of action at Partick Thistle. Jason Holt will be the one to make way. 25 minutes remaining at Ibrox. It's been a watchable contest, this. Hearts certainly not giving up on the possibility of a point or more. Is June trapped here by Tavernier. Corner.
Well, Jolis will go up for this one. He hasn't been up in the opposition box. He'll fancy his chances here if the delivery is good enough.
Don Cowie will be the man to take the corner. Can Hearts answer back again? Cowie's corner. Joe Garner took a clattering there as he rose to clear it.
Yeah, but more importantly, he got his head on it. Does a really good job defensively. That was a good lead right in the danger area. Garner just in front of his goalkeeper. Certainly took a bit of a slap.
Pedro Caixinha says he's not afraid to give some of the younger players an opportunity in the first team. Jason Holt making way for Jamie Marjonas. He is Scottish, but the name is Lithuanian, as was his great-granddad. And he gets a little bit more action after 20 minutes at Firhill. A chance to impress at Ibrox.
Great moment for him, great opportunity. You just hope he's calm and composed enough to show that he can play at this level.
Giolis. Clint Hill rising with Jonsson. Gonsalves challenged by Bates. Tavernier. Mackay. Terrell onto it. Tried to place it, but straight at Loring.
Yeah, tried to find the angle, didn't he? Poor attempt, really. Yet again, set up by Barry Mackay down the right-hand side, drawing Hughes out of position. Comfortable save for Loring.
David Bates really relishing his run in the team at the moment. Helped on by Hodgson. Giolis. Hughes. Clint Hill now for Terral. Mackay making moves ahead. But it's going to Tavernier first. Mackay in a central position now. Joe Garner's out on this side. Bates. Terral. Jonas.
So poor to give the ball away like that. There's so many options in front of you. Terral weak with his passing. And the invitation is there for Hearts just to attack at pace on the break. Couldn't manage it there, but it was a bit of a gift.
Terral. Hobson. Dodu. Miller. Jonas. It's opened up for him. Decided not to have a go though. Tavernier's cross is really poor.
Yeah, I was willing him to have a perfect goal, but Jonas, he'd earned it. He'd driven forward with the ball.
And Hill will cover here.
I think they could do a fresh pair of legs on Hearts, just to give them one extra lift as we go into the last 20 minutes or so.
Rangers throw, which means Tavernier. We're into the last 20 minutes at Ibrox. Rangers with a slender lead against the 10 men of Hearts. Prince Boabin dismissed in the first half. Barry Mackay. Kenny Miller. Terrell! Beaten away by Noring. Plenty of power on that. Dodu keeping it alive. Hodson. Whistles wide.
Yeah, decent effort from Hodson. Earlier from Terrell, where Noring made the save. Again, it's Mackay. End product's good. Finds Kenny Miller, and when this lay-off just allows that driven shot at goal from Terrell. Noring does well just to get an angle away from the save.
Martin Waghorn will be coming on shortly for Rangers. Jonas, who's already come on for Bates now.
Mackay blocked off there from Sam Nicholson.
Waghorn ready and waiting. Rory Curry will be coming on for Hearts, and he was in Rangers youth set up until last year. Terrell is about to be replaced, but he has a contribution to make here. Terrell sends it in. Jonsson came in handy. Dodu. Jonas. Kenny Miller. Nowhere to go for Miller. Mackay. Tavernier. Mackay. Away by Giolis. Now the substitutions can be made. John Terrell making way for Martin Waghorn. Waghorn with 15 goals this season, but only 6 of them have come in the league. So Rangers introducing Waghorn, and Hearts are going to bring on Rory Curry. It'll be Bjorn Jonsson to make way. Rory Curry, Hearts under-20 player of the year, who was at Rangers in their youth setup.
Saw him earlier this season against Raith Rovers. Looked really well at Tynecastle. Young lad who's got a good chance. Fouled there from Clint Hill.
Well, he certainly got himself involved straight away.
Number of young players getting their opportunity here. It's good to see. Just hope they take it and show what they're capable of on the big stage.
Cowie. Giolis. That's a delay getting into the box. They do now, but David Bates there. Zoom. Nicholson. There's only one man ever getting to that, and it was Clint Hill. Don Cowie. Liam Smith. Cowie. Novak. Away by Hill, but only to Nicholson. And now Waghorn can complete the clearance. Barry Mackay chasing to get there, but can't quite manage it.
Yeah, it's just an air of anxiety and tension around Ibrox that shouldn't really be here with Rangers. A man to the good. You wouldn't think so. You think Hearts had the same amount of men as Rangers, given the level of possession that they've enjoyed this second half.
Jonas. Miller. Forlorn chase for Dodu. In fact, it was barely worth the chase.
I think he just wanted to turn them, Kenny Miller. Just let everyone move up the pitch and fight from there.
It's all a little bit too close for comfort at the moment for Pedro Caixinha. Mr. Novak certainly felt that.
Yeah, Waghorn complaining to Bobby Madden, putting his physique around there.
Bates grappling with Gonçalves. Here is Waghorn. Gonçalves has won it back. Careless from Waghorn. Liam Smith. Hearts fans over in that corner. Certainly not giving up on their side just yet. Garner. Seem to be falling over.
Yeah, it must concern Pedro Caixinha the amount of times Rangers give the ball away in midfield.
One by Bates. Hughes now for Giolis. Novak. Smith. Jonas. Fouled by Zoom. Miller. James Tavernier. Rangers would like another goal to make sure of things here. Hodgson. Barjonas getting things going by trying to pick out Dodu, but that didn't work out. More live action later from the Premier League. It is Stoke City versus Arsenal, not giving up on the top four. 5 o'clock Sky Sports 1, also available in Ultra HD. Or there's the Championship playoff semi-final first leg. Fulham time, their run into the playoffs perfectly. They host Reading, 5:15, Sky Sports 2. Don Cowie has Nicholson in support. Cowie cleverly found Nicholson as well. Tavernier had to be careful. Bobby Madden had a little look. Hearts are hungry for an equaliser here. Garner offering some relief now. Waghorn. Hodgson for Dodu, which I think is where the fans wanted to see the ball go earlier. Dodu. Liam Smith will pick up a yellow card for that.
He's so late there, Smith. But Sam Nicholson earlier driving into the box. This was a yellow card from Smith that he thoroughly deserved.
Heading towards the last 10 minutes at Ibrox. Hearts have battled gamely with 10 men. Another Rangers goal would surely settle the issue though, and that is their intent here. Kenny Miller. Waghorn. Hodgson does deliver. Tavernier puts it over. What a big chance to wrap things up.
Good ball from Hodgson, right to the back post. It was actually a really good leap from Tavernier. Just couldn't get up high enough. That's a really good ball into the back post. Could Noreen come and take it? I think Giolis was wanting them to. Inside your box, you like goalkeepers to dominate the 6-yard box. Was this a penalty earlier? Sam Nicholson can see Tavernier behind him. It's a slight nudge, I think the referee got it right. And yet again, none of his teammates complaining.
Zoom. Hughes. Novak. Gonsalves. Don Cowie now. Hearts pushing and probing in their quest for an equaliser. It's a foul on Zoom by Waghorn. Here's Rory Curry. Held up by Bates. Cowie. Skipped away from Waghorn. Rangers have cause for concern here. Hearts having a real go. Smith. Foderingham claims it.
Well, they're not hanging on, Rangers, but their possession has been awful. And Ian Cathro must appreciate it. Look at the last 10 minutes. Down to 10 men, moving the ball around really well, dominating possession and looking dangerous.
Barjonas made a little run, but it just skidded away from him. Jonas.
You know, when you get the extra man in, you've really got to work a bit harder off the ball. When Hearts are in possession, put them under pressure. I've seen enough work rate from too many of these Rangers players.
Kenny Miller. Have to be careful. Tavernier. Barry Mackay. Barjonas for Waghorn. Hodgson arrives. Joe Dodu now. Dodu happy to have a run here at Smith. And it sticks with Noring. It stays at 2-1.
Yeah, it's a shot on target. Noring again. Keeps the ball safely. Rangers worked it well there. Once you get a 1v1, you've got to allow Dodu the opportunity to take his man on. Wanted to get a shot on target.
Hearts are going to make another change shortly with Chule about to come on. He's on loan from Stoke. Goal kick. Physical look on Barry Mackay's face as Hearts make this change. Sam Nicholson will be replaced. Here comes Chule, who's predominantly been used as a sub since arriving on loan from Stoke. Prior to Stoke, he was with Barcelona, which well, actually has been quite a popular route for players in recent times. Barcelona to the Potteries. Waghorn, Dodu, surely the pass there. Garner will try and look for him. Awkward for Novak.
Good decision from Novak not to pick it up. I think he would have been punished there. No, Novak's saying he could have picked it up, but I think just to avoid any sort of doubt, Noring did well. I think it would have been harsh, but he made the right call.
Hearts plugging away. Giolis. Giolis and Garner having a minor spat. Away by Clint Hill. Giolis. Liam Smith was screaming for the ball on the right. Dodu up against Novak. Jonas makes the run ahead. Shadowed by Giolis now. The efforts of Barjonas appreciated by the Rangers fans. Clint Hill. Kenny Miller. Waghorn. Tavernier. Martin Waghorn. It came back to Tavernier. Trulé digging in to clear it for Hearts. Hearts staring at an 8th defeat in 12 matches unless they are planning a late show at Ibrox. Something they did do back on the opening day of the championship in 2014 when Rangers equalised in stoppage time and then Hearts nabbed a winner here. Joe Dodu. Waghorn. Garner. Hughes intervened. Offside flag had gone up anyway. Well, I think they probably could have just carried on.
I think the flag didn't go up, but the whistle went, and that's why the players stopped.
Bates. Giolis dealing with Garner. One by Clint Hill. Miller. Got a ball. Dodu. Running at Novak. Tavernier arrives on the scene as Rangers look to wrap this up as he left himself with too much to do there. Hughes header. Now Miller. Tavernier. Awful cross, but Barjonas trying his best to rescue this. He can't.
Not quite good enough from Tavernier. You should see this out, Rangers, but certainly hasn't been as comfortable as you thought it might have been when they were a goal up. So long to play with a man advantage. He knows there's so much work to be done here to improve.
Rangers announcing their man of the match as Clint Hill, and he's become a bit of a cult hero in these parts, even though it looks like he won't be hanging around. Looks like he could play on for a bit yet, mind?
Yeah, he does. Looks fit, looks sharp. I think he's been a huge influence on David Bates, young man beside him, Bierman when he was in earlier. They can only learn from really good pros like that.
Sarvis and June chipping away, but an outlet here for Mackay, and he'll be happy to take on Aaron Hughes for sure. Nobody in the middle as yet, they're all playing catch-up. Waghorn. Giolis can bring it away. Skips away from Chile though.
So much frustration around the stadium when Waghorn gives it away in that last third.
Well, there's only going to be a couple of minutes added on, we think, so Hearts are fast running out of time at Ibrox. Mackay. Over towards Stodu. Well, that was the plan anyway, but straight through to Noring. Novak. Cowie. Can Hearts save themselves here? They probably feel they are due some reward for their efforts today. With 10 men for the majority of the match. Hughes. 2 minutes of stoppage time starts here. Too late. skipping away from Tavernier. Hughes now for Cowie. David Bates playing it safe. He's certainly growing in stature, having recently broken into the team. Naturally nervy to start with, but he's settled down. Kenny Miller makes sure of a goal kick, and that might be enough for Rangers with not much time added on.
Yeah, it's been unconvincing. I think they'll take all 3 points, but having spoken to him beforehand, he knows there's so much work to be done here.
Well, they were unconvincing last week at Partick Thistle and won the game. Similar story here. Hearts might feel rather hard done by that they don't appear to be leaving Ibrox with anything. Coped admirably with 10 men.
Yeah, they have. I think they've shown that you can make an impact in a game despite being down to 10 men. But there's also a way to play when you've got a man advantage.
Waghorn, this could make sure of things, but Noring makes the save. Joe Garner following up though, and he can't pick out Dodu, and Rangers still can't finish the job. Zoom now for Curry. And look who's on his case, Clint Hill. Garner steps in. And it's a foul by Zoom on Garner. Well, Waghorn really should have settled the issue.
Yeah, he did well to win the ball here. Hearts just a bit hesitant at the back. Waghorn going through. Last season, that would have been in the back of the net, but that's in the Championship. The step up, I think he's found it difficult.
Yes, 9 of his 15 goals in cup competitions. Rangers appear to have got the job done here, even if they have been unconvincing again. Pedro Caixinha knows the size of the task ahead of him. Not much time off for Rangers over the summer. They have won this game. It's another victory, but you can almost tell by the expression on his face that at times it simply wasn't good enough for Rangers. Barry Mackay scored the winner after a terrible mistake from Victor Noring on his Hearts debut. The goalkeeper punched the ball up in the air when it looked easier to catch it. Ismail Gonsalves had equalised for Hearts after Joe Garner's opener. Hearts did all right with 10 men after Poirben's red, but it finishes Rangers 2, Hearts 1.
Not a happy debut for Victor Noring in the Hearts goal, was it? And it's a bad run for Hearts that continues in Glasgow today. No wins in 4 for them. Just 2 wins in their last 12 games. 2 experienced old campaigners at the back there. And Ian Cathro does not have his troubles to seek. What a game Clint Hill had. In the week he was told he could go. Aaron Hughes there. Well, they know each other very well, don't they? And they led by example from the back. And Hill came out on top in this one. And inside the Ladbrokes Premiership table looks now. Rangers move within 6 points of Aberdeen, but with 6 points to go, and Aberdeen's superior goal difference of 20. I think we're pretty safe to say that Aberdeen are finishing second. Rangers definitely finishing no lower than third, and Hearts, well, their European chances suffer a major blow today. If St Johnstone pick up any points at home to Partick Thistle today, then Saints are guaranteed 4th spot in the Europa League place that goes with it. But if St Johnstone lose today and Hearts beat them on Wednesday, then anything could happen on the final day in that one there. Neil McCann's going for 3 wins in a row for Dundee. That first home game in charge for him against Ross County. The big game today is the Lanarkshire derby. Hamilton and Motherwell tied on 32 points. Motherwell currently in the playoff spot. Anything could happen there. And Inverness are looking for another lifeline away to Kilmarnock today. And on Thursday night, we're with the champion Celtic on 100 points now, of course, as they aim to complete the season unbeaten in the Scottish Premiership. That one live from Firhill, Thursday at 7:30 on Sky Sports 5. Join us for that one, why don't you? And you can see the final 50 minutes of the live Premier League action for this lunchtime. Manchester City against Leicester is live now over on Sky Sports 1, and the Players' Championship is live over on Sky Sports The Players. And remember, after we're done, you can keep up to date with all the goals and all the games north and south of the border with Jeff and the boys on Soccer Saturday. That, of course, as ever, is on Sky Sports News HQ. Coming up, we'll get the views of Ali McCoy, who joins me here in the studio at Ibrox, where Rangers have won for the second week in a row, thanks to goals from Joe Garner and Barry Mackay. The action next. Rangers have beaten Hearts by 2-1 at Ibrox. A flying header from Joey Garner got Rangers up and running, and a few minutes later, Hearts were reduced to 10 men. Prince Bobbin red-carded for a last-man foul. And then in the second half, the 10 men on the counter-attack equalised through Isma Concalves. But just a minute later, a mistake by the Hearts goalkeeper Victor Norring on his debut allowed Barry Mackay to win this game for Rangers. The man of the match was veteran Clint Hill. Is he staying? Is he going? Let's find out now then. He's with Luke Shanley.
Clint, well done. Sum up that win.
Dogged, I think. To say the least, wasn't a great game. Fair credit to Hearts, they went down to 10 men, and sometimes that can be harder than playing against 11. But we managed to dig in there. And all about the 3 points at this stage of the season, so yeah, we're happy with that.
The manager said the character was good last week, but he wanted a better performance. Do you think you got that?
Probably not, to be honest. I don't think the performance was great. It was a dogged one, and we showed a bit of character towards the end. But full credit to Hearts for making a game of it. I thought they'd done really well. But we managed to get 3 points, which is more important than anything at this stage of the season.
What about your own performance?
I don't know. It must have been a bad game.
You're the man of the match, and what about your future? Because there's so much speculation. Yeah. What can you tell us?
Well, I think it's been well publicised in the press that I won't be getting anything. But I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. It's a great club to play for. Fans are unbelievable. And I can't wait until they get back to the top, because everyone in this club will deserve that.
Given that performance, do you not feel you can do a job next season?
Personally, I think I can, but I want another year. I want to play somewhere. So if anyone's watching and anyone wants an old centre half, I'm here and I'm available.
Well done, you're the lad. Brooks man of the match.
Thanks very much, guys. All the best there. Take care.
So he is going. Would you have kept him?
Well, certainly in that performance. But David, you have to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture must be, surely, they've got a centre half lined up, because you're not going to tell them that you don't want them next season if you've not got preparations in place for another centre half to come. So the indication that they're releasing them would tell me, hopefully, that they've got somebody in place that will come.
Bruno Alves?
Possibly, absolutely. I mean, but talking about Clinton, I was speaking about Clinton Hill before that game. He was terrific today, and he did something. He gave away a free kick in the first half. Sometimes you've got to take one for the team. I think it was Cowie might have been coming through, and he gave away the free kick. Now, I'm not saying that's a great thing to do, but he gave away the free kick to stop the Hearts attack. Danny Wilson against Celtic should have brought down Lustig and taken a free kick. He scores a goal. It's just an experience thing, and he had it in abundance today, and I thought he was not only man of the match, I thought he was by some distance today.
But in the evidence of Hearts' equaliser, are multiple signings required in the back position for Rangers, who had a number of attackers up for a corner.
David, I've got to say to you, I can understand a team getting caught in the counter-attack if they're chasing the game.
And these are the defenders who are
winning. Rangers are winning the game at this point. And Hodgson's effectively led. It's Windass attempts, he's the dummy, it gets intercepted, and everybody is out of position. Look now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's a bit caught in no man land. Once he goes to the ground, he makes a decision. He should be forcing him down the wing. Listen, it's the classic counter-attack from Hearts.
Should that tackle have been made to count by Jason Holt?
He shouldn't have gone to the ground, I don't think. He should have forced Johnson down the line. As soon as he goes to the ground, he has to win the ball. I think Andy said it in co-commentary. And Hodgson's in no man's land. But it's crazy. As I say to you, if you're chasing the game, you could perhaps accept getting caught in a counter-attack, but not when you're winning the game. You don't have to chase anything.
At half-time, you said Barry Mackay should be the most important player for Rangers in the second half. And 90 seconds after the equaliser, he made it count. I also asked you about being a gamble to play a debutant goalkeeper in this game, and well, Victor Norring, should he have caught this, held it?
He makes 2 mistakes, the goalkeeper. The one thing I would say about Rangers, thankfully they're putting crosses into the box. The goalkeeper Norring should be holding that. Listen, it's a great part by Garner again. If Garner doesn't challenge for this ball, second ball here, Rangers don't get the goal. Hearts will probably feel a little bit he goes up with his right arm. But I'll tell you what, watch. I was screaming at him to jump early. What does he do? He jumps early. Boom. Right, the ball breaks to Mackay. Garner plays a big part in that goal. But thankfully, from Rangers' point of view, they're now at least attempting to put balls into the box.
Here's the Rangers manager now.
Pedro, well done. You asked for a better performance than last week. Did you get it?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we had a fantastic start, and we could identify 3 periods on the first half. The way we get on the game, very good entrance, very good tempo, very good space, attacking space occupation, and brilliant the way we organize when we build up the first goal. After that, Hearts get much better on the game by winning again the challenges, by winning again the second balls, and they push us up on the park. We could not fight those challenges. We could not have the ball. After the send-off, the things were easy for us, but we just have the possession with the back 4 and the 2 midfielders, so no damage at all. During halftime, we try to change those things because we tell the boys it's just if we commit a lot of mistakes, and we commit on the second half, they can arrive to our goal. And of course, having less one play at the set pieces, so we need to be carefully not to make unnecessary faults or things like that, because they are strong in that and can make the equivalents. But we could not move the ball, especially quick, to get on the wide areas, and we have a couple of transitions that we could kill the game very easy. And our option our decision was not for the best possible player to make the last pass. So it's something that we need to understand about keeping trying and working in this direction, because for me what is really important is to understand the game, what the game needs, in order for you to take the best decisions. But that's the way we are working in that direction.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How will he have been thinking when Martin Waghorn was running through on goal?
You know, I actually think Joe Dodu's got a big problem here. Waghorn does fantastically well to create the chance out of nothing, but look at Dodu. See if I'm Dodu, I've got a tap in here. I'm screaming at him. Just show a little bit of composure, draw the goalkeeper and roll it in for a side foot. Look, he doesn't look. He doesn't look. Dodu should be...
Is there a shout?
He's got to scream. I'm hopeful he's been screaming at him, because that's what an opportunity for a tap-in. Just shout, compose yourself, take your time, and you just run 10 yards, and he's got a little bit of time to take, and he just side foots it, and Dodu's got a tap-in. But everything's rushed, and that's Waghorn as a finisher.
OK, time to hear now from the Hearts head coach, Ian Cathro, who's now with Luke Shanley.
Ian, your thoughts on today's game?
They're mixed. They're mixed because we've got the disappointment at the result. I've also got a disappointment at the fact that we get ourselves back into a game and we're strong. And again, we cause our own problems and we make life difficult for ourselves. But the reason why they're mixed is because of the performance and the spirit and the attitude and the consistency of that attitude throughout the game. When I look at that, I feel very, very positive about what we're going to do.
Are you frustrated in terms of the way you lost the game? Should your goalkeeper have done better making his debut today?
It's important that we assess those things after it. I don't think right now, we're talking about how you feel about it. How I feel about that is that the team deserved more. And the thing that we need to be talking about just now, rather than an individual's error, is the work that the team put on and the consistency of their attitude throughout it, and also the quality of our play. I don't think we can forget about that. So that's why I'm saying it's mixed feelings.
So, disappointment again for the Hearts head coach. Can you see that they're heading in a direction?
Well, the results would indicate that they're not. But I do take his point. I thought for periods of the game, Hearts were pleasing on the eye. They created one or two problems, particularly going down to 10 men. When Boban gets sent off, you know, you'd expect the percentage of possession to go in Rangers' way. It didn't really go that as such, if you like, but I felt that Rangers let Hearts come into the game. Hearts imposed themselves in the game, but Rangers started to defend a little bit deeper. There was a 10-15 minute period in the second half. I thought Hearts' possession and threat was excellent.
Ali, it's been good having you back at Ibrox again today. Thanks very
Enjoyed
much
it.
indeed for joining us.
Thank you, Dave.
And we're with the other two Premiership sides from Glasgow on Thursday night. Partick Thistle against Celtic, 7:30 on Sky Sports 5. And remember, Soccer Saturday is on now on Sky Sports News HQ. Well, this result is a boost for Rangers' confidence, but on the evidence of today's game, both clubs will have very busy summers indeed. Bye for now.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live. On all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.